Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Stufos. This is your fearless leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. Moving full speed ahead, getting to know some very interesting people from around the world, having great conversations, and just learning about each other and sharing our testimonies, our truths, our identities has been just so much fun. And having said that, I have someone that you need to meet. Now, this person is not new to me. I've known this person for many years, but it's time that they be on my platform and we talk about all of their great travels and who they are and who they be. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the music producer known as iNSANE.
Hey,
Hi.
what's going on?
I'm good. I will be fine. We were talking about the air. I don't trust it. I turned it off. I don't trust it. I don't want the audio. I will be mad.
Like it's already in the 80s here.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not that far from you. I'm still in Philly. Yup.
Are you serious?
I'm still in Philly.
I thought you moved to LA.
No, I'm not going over there. I'm trying to leave the country. I ain't going over there.
Are you? All this time.
All this time.
Queen,
But you know what? It's my fault because I hide in the house and I don't tell nobody where I be.
Nobody.
So, yeah, that's
like I'm a homebody too, but you're a real home. Like,
yes, I am. I really am.
I don't blame you.
People don't believe me when I tell them that. Like, look, y'all. Like, I say I'm an introverted extrovert, and then they say, "Oh, you're an ambivert." I'm like, yeah. I do the show, but then I'm going home, and it's so funny because even when I'm done these, I turn off all the lights and I just recharge and mind my business. Order food and mind my business.
Look, listen. As long as I got a good meal and a good show to watch, I'm good, you know?
So it has been so many years. We met in 2012?
Yeah. I was about to say it had to be 2012.
It was 2012 because I brought two young ladies with me, my best friend, Carol, and her friend at the time, Kenise.
Yeah.
And we were in your studio. And we were listening to Beatles and, you know, trying to move forward, trying to make some things happen.
Yes.
It didn't happen, but that's okay. We're still young.
Yeah, everything happens in God's timing. So
yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, but yeah, we're not
like
gonna jump from
it. I never knew that.
Yeah.
And I'm mad at you for not telling me.
You know, but you know what's so funny? But you know what? It's because it's hard to get you. You are always working. There's always a new artist. There's always a new production. That's
true.
Yeah, you're always busy.
When I do my work, I'm either here in the privacy of my home. I have a home studio now.
Yeah.
Or at the main studio.
Yeah. See, and look at that. When we came to see you, had the home studio. Now you got a main studio. That means production has been going really well, and we like that. We like that. Oh my God. So yeah, 2012 we met, and you have always been just an amazing spirit.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing spirit, great vibe, great energy. And I'm gushing over you because we're gonna get into, these people don't know. Like we can ready to get into how fabulous, how insane you actually are. So
I mean,
I'm familiar with a little of your story. I was actually telling, this is so new too. I was actually telling my boyfriend about, yes, I know, right? It's new for me. 6/30/22 was when we made it official. But I've known him for 20 years.
they see
Yeah.
he knows you,
Yeah.
you know,
And I
and
know
the
him.
idiosyncrasies.
Yes.
And that's important.
He
Like,
saw me at every stage of the game.
yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was
Congrats.
thank you. I am excited. We did a little expose about it. But yeah,
I knew you had a little extra glow to you.
I'm happy. You know, because they tell you all the time that, you know, as an entertainer and entrepreneur, when you're chasing your bag,
Mhm.
love is not something you can
Yep.
have. Love is not, or true love is not something you can have.
Yeah.
When you're hot and you're winning, you can fill your bed with anyone. But
Yeah.
that true love
Mm.
factor, yeah. So I should have
Nothing
known.
like it.
Yeah, but I should have known because
Hey, boo.
his name is Jermaine. I call him Jay.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like it's kind of crazy. J and B. Those are our yeah, yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. Let me find out you're trying to take over the world.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little.
I'm on the same vibe you on.
Yeah.
Me and Bay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I was telling him, I was like, I'm interviewing a very well-known producer today. And he was like, oh, really? And I asked him, like, do you know him? Have you heard of him? He was like, why does that name Insane sound so familiar? I'm like, because he's worked with everybody. So no, but this is the thing. So tell us, let's go back. You were in high school
yes.
and you left high school.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily leave high school. When I was a junior,
Yeah.
about 16,
Yeah.
I got an offer to sing backup for a gospel artist named Tyrone Tribbett
Yeah. I know
in
him.
Greater Anointing.
I know him.
It was called GA.
Yeah.
So from there we got signed and had to, like, you never know in the studio who you're singing for.
Yep.
Like when you sing backgrounds.
Yep.
So my first major gig was Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River.
Yep.
And when I walked through those double doors and seen Timberland sitting there, like, I tried to keep my composure, but I'm quite sure at 17 it was all over. 16 it was all over my face. So like when I seen him masterfully compose that track, I was like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, even though I can sing,
Yeah.
but I just want to make others better, you know, and teach them how to sing. Like,
Yeah.
so from there, we did Common.
Name names. Did
We
Common.
did Irene.
Gary.
Faith Hill.
Uh-huh.
I got the chance to be on stage with Beyonce.
Yeah.
So, and Destiny Child.
Yeah, Destiny Child. Kelly and Michelle.
Yes. I love Kelly and Michelle. It was just a blessing, you know what I mean? To be around all those great people. And I was so young at the time. Yeah. So fast forward to 2005.
Yeah.
I'm author group now. I'm doing my solo thing.
Yeah.
And like, I started getting headaches.
Oh.
Real bad headaches.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I know I have really bad allergies. So it's, you know, I'm prone to having headaches from time to time. But this headache felt different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, when we're young, we don't really, you know, take care of ourselves like we used to. Like we should. Yeah. So I was, I don't know if you remember the store, but I was a manager at Wilson's Leather Company. Yes. So, you know, one day I come open the store and the headache starts again. I'm like, ooh, this headache. So I run to Starbucks thinking, you know, it was a food headache. And then my head kept pounding and pounding. So I was like, okay, let me call my DM and tell him I gotta go. Yeah. And when I was trying to write, like my, you know, morning routine papers, I was writing like infant.
Oh.
Like I couldn't stop writing big. And I was like, oh, something's wrong. So that night I had a band rehearsal and passed out and had a seizure. And the next thing I knew, I was in the back of an ambulance. And they was telling me to keep breathing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like that wasn't the verbiage I used, but I'm gonna use it on your show.
What the fuck is going on?
I was like, because I had just bought a brand new car with, my Justin Timberlake check.
Yeah.
So I was like, who's driving my car?
Oh my God.
That was the only, silly me. That was the only thing I was worried about, is who got the keys to my Jeep?
Right.
So fast forward, we get to the hospital. The doctor walks in and he says, do you want me to tell you now or wait until your parents get here? And I was like, tell me now. Like, I don't want all of us being shocked at once.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have a large mass on your brain. And I was like, okay, I watched, Grey's Anatomy, and I was like, can you be a little more specific?
Perfect.
And he was like, okay, in layman's terms, you have a tumor that is resting on your frontal lobe.
Oh.
I was like, are you serious?
Right.
Like, I'm 21. This is when life's supposed to start happening,
Right.
So I was like, okay. My parents got there. Fast forward to my first brain surgery, which was on Valentine's Day, February 2006. So after we removed the mass, 2 weeks later, a second one grew back. So it was a real aggressive tumor. And then once they had me sign like all these papers just in case I passed. And I'm young at the time. I'm like, Mom, I don't know what none of this stuff mean. Like, they're using words I've never seen before. And she was like, yeah, they're trying to, prepare us for you to not come back. But we serve a God,
Yes.
that looks high,
And
sits high and looks low,
Yes.
So my mom is a prayer warrior. So when he was giving her, the report, she was like, hold up, stop. I don't want to hear nothing further from what the report says. I believe the report of the Lord.
Oh, she went there. She went there.
Yeah, she went there. She was like, don't you bring me no more bad news about my child.
Right.
I was like, okay, Mom, we got this. So I was the youngest case that they ever seen with my type of cancer.
Yeah.
So they really didn't know how to treat me at first. They was like trying experimental treatments. I was weak. I was in there like 4 years total. But the last year was outpatient.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to have chemotherapy, radiation therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy. Like,
That's because
yeah.
the brain is
Yeah, the brain is the machine to the body. So after the second surgery, it left me with nerve damage in my right side.
Right.
So like to go from being on stage and being active and, jumping around, to now being bedridden and told, you may not walk again, you may not talk again,
Yeah.
it was draining on my brain. So I fell into a deep depression. I didn't want to see anybody. I just couldn't. because at that time I had gained a weight of 301 pounds.
Yeah.
So I didn't even look like myself, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then one day my oncologist came into the room. Shout out to Dr. Axelrod Jefferson,
Yeah.
um, and said, "No, whatever we're doing, we have to take you off because you're unrecognizable from the time you came in." So they took me off the steroids that they had me on. And once I was released from the hospital on October 19th. I can't remember the year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2009.
Yeah.
But and I had that date tatted on my hand.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just such a relief for me. But on that day, like I remember us packing up, you know, my stuff to go, and I just looked at all the rooms, and they said quarantine, 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 hazardous, hazardous, and my room never said that, you know. And I'm like, some of these residents, yeah, some of these patients are going to, this is their final resting place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just started thanking God, like
Yeah.
that, even though the process was long, I didn't come out, you know, with no discrepancies, you know what I mean? Other than, you know, nerve damage. I can live with a little nerve damage, you
Yeah.
know, but give me life and that more abundantly. So uh it was just a rough time. But I had to learn how to re-love myself again
Yeah.
in this state, you know.
Yeah.
So once I found the strength to love myself again and realize who the fuck I was,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, get it together. Your pity party is over. Um, you got work to do.
Yeah.
You know, you took a 10-year hiatus. So I was like, okay. And I've been back producing, like you said, all the gays. I'm
Yeah.
the I'm the first producer all the gays come to.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the LGBT plus Q, like, and I love it, you know, because before I started producing, like I would hear horror stories about, you know, people from the LGBTQ plus trying to work with heterosexual producers and like they not giving them the same treatment as they would, you know, their other artists. So when I seen that, I was like, it's a void out here for people like me, people like, you know, artists like you. And that's after that, I think that's when we first met, you know. I've been making beats since '95, but my beats weren't good until I became an adult. But like it was yeah, it was a rough time for me. Uh, what else? I don't want to leave nothing out.
Do
Um,
you know why I asked you to come on?
why?
It was time. It was time. But I also read on social media that you recently started having seizures again.
Okay. Last month it was a month yesterday
Yeah.
with no seizures.
Yeah.
Um, my medication they had me on,
Yeah.
I've been taking for years since I first had, you know, my first seizure in 2005.
Yeah.
So the medication wasn't working anymore. The anti-seizure medication wasn't working anymore.
Right.
And we didn't know that at the time, but I was having seizures like back to back.
Okay.
Not seizures like grand mal seizures,
Right.
you know, when
Right.
you're foaming at the mouth, but
Right.
I was having seizures.
Right.
And I told my fiance, I think we need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And when we went to the hospital, they ran every test known to man,
Right.
especially for us,
Right. They got to find out what we doing.
Okay. All my tests came back, fine, and they still couldn't figure out what it was.
Right.
And then my 12-year-old nephew said one day randomly, "Uncle, it can be a medication."
Out of
I was like,
out of the mouth of babes.
you know what? Let me look into this medication.
Yeah.
So when we looked into it, one of the side effects is more seizures.
Oh no.
So that's why, I was hospitalized for 4 days. But I'm doing good now. I'm doing great. A month with no seizures. So yeah.
One thing I love about you is that you have always, like I said, your energy, your vibe, you have always been a very warm and welcoming person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Always been. And you're right. You are the producer to The Gays. I done seen everybody. My baby, he was EJ. He was in the military. And then next thing I know, he in your studio. And I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm seeing all the other babies. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, because I follow you on social media. So I'm seeing, we in the lab. Mm-hmm. Child, I start to cry. That's all right. But like, one of your artists who I absolutely adore is he has a song that you produced for him, and it's Tony Enos.
Oh.
And it's called Hot Knife Through Butter.
Yes. That was me and Tony's first song, like I produced. Yeah. And Tony is very particular.
Yeah.
So when we first got in the studio, he didn't know what kind of like vibe he wanted to, and then once he found it, he was like, okay. And then I was like, pause.
Yeah.
Because I feel something in my spirit.
Yeah.
So I just started playing his beat, started constructing his beat right in front of him.
Yeah.
Did I construct it or was it already? I don't know. It was years ago.
It was yours. It was yours, period.
Yeah, it was mine.
Yeah.
And I started playing the track for him, and he was like, hold up. And put out his songbook, and he had the song already written.
Wow.
But I vocally, arranged it, and,
wow.
So I think I want to say that's still his biggest song.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. When I heard it, I knew it would be.
So then we decided to do a whole project. I produced this whole project, The Heat.
The Heat.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There was another one on there. The simulation in the music, it was about being on an airplane. And you were rapping. Hold on.
One of Tony's songs?
Yeah, it was one of Tony's songs. And you were rapping. And it was about like taking off, like it was about an airplane. Like the way that you were rapping about it.
Like, I think I know what you're talking about. Work?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's funny when you look up Tony, okay, yeah, he's still making music, but it's so funny that you see up in his top songs stuff from The Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nose is just like, that's what happens when you get emotional.
Oh.
No, it's good though, because like this is the things that people don't realize. Like it takes a lot for us to be who we are, and not just who we are, to help.
Yeah.
The way that we do.
And that's it.
And it's just,
and with a pure heart, you know what I mean? Because so many people have underlying intentions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, like, because I too, like before I met my sister, who has become like one of my, she's like family to me.
Yeah.
Her name is, she goes by Minnie on the boards, but she just put out hint, hint, hint. She just put out her own album. Hint, hint, hint.
Yes.
I started as a singer and now I'm a producer and I want to help other artists. I need music from you because you need to hear this voice.
Well, I just yesterday, I let someone hear my first 2 singles
Okay.
from the project, but I don't know if I want them to be the first 2.
Here we go.
So yeah, you know how artists
yes.
you go through it too.
Yeah.
Like you
listen, I had an album out. I snatched the whole album down. I wasn't ready. I snatched the whole album down. I have
really?
Yep, I have 2 albums out now. It's a deluxe and the debut, but I had 2 other albums out. I pulled them bitches down.
And you know what? That was God.
They weren't.
That was God telling you that you needed me
work
on that.
Some more. I got to work on them some more. And it was crazy because my following, people started writing me immediately. Oh, I can't find a song anymore. I can't find a song anymore.
Yeah.
I said it'll be back. They don't even know it won't be back for a long time.
My fiance played Pretty Kitty.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yes.
And get it. That's one of the ones I snatched down.
Really?
Yep. I wanna do something to it.
Okay. Well, he got it.
Right, he got it. So he better hold on to it. Because the world don't have it no more.
Oh wow.
And it was yes, it was a good one. But I want more music. I need more.
Okay.
Like I need more to it. Like I need to do things in it. I want to add more to it. And I don't care if it's a 7-minute song. I need to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on with that. So, oh my God. So I like my thing is I love your story because your story is a story of triumph, then a slide down.
Yeah.
Then a slide back up to triumph. And
that's just my life.
I think that's all our lives, especially if you this.
Okay.
And we celebrate every time we get ahead. Every time.
Yes.
Every time we get ahead.
We have to.
The world is it's so crazy too insane because like I'm sitting here and I've worked so hard, especially the last 6 years. Like I started on YouTube around the 2008, 2009 mark, singing covers. I met producers from like other parts of the world. Like that was the thing. Yeah. Like my first producer was from New Zealand. And we used to work. Yeah, we used to work over the internet. Like I would, and this is the thing, like with me, like Tony, I will have a song already written, but when I write them, I sing them exactly how they go. Like my producer now tells me all the time, it's so easy to follow you. I just add the instrumentation.
Yeah.
I've already arranged it and I know the bridge and I like it just comes to me like that. But like I was communicating to New Zealand from Philadelphia. Yeah, that like, and he produced Black Stilettos, some of my like really, really hard hitting songs. And I'll never forget because I don't know if you follow, you've always been so busy, but you know, I live with bipolar type 1, PTSD, and acute anxiety disorder. So so 16 years ago, I finally got it under control and got on medication.
Yeah.
But I met him like right before the last time it was that I like the bottom fell out and I had to go to the hospital and stay a long time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is what we live with.
Yeah.
This is what we live with.
You can't have a testimony unless you're tested.
You can't. So I remember he said to me, and this was so funny because he said to me, he was like, what's going on? And he was the first person that I vocalized it to. Like I never told anybody, like I would just disappear. Deal with it, stay in the took for a year or whatever I had to do. Then stay in the house for a year. Like it always took like 2 years to get back together. Then I just pop back up. Oh, hi. How you doing? Well, so he asked me, he said, what's going on? He was the first person. I said, listen, I got to go to the hospital. I'm bipolar. I have this, that, and the other. And he was the first person that ever said to me, he said, oh, that ain't a problem. He was like, you're in excellent company. He was like, most artists have some form of this. And then he said to me, he was like, what you do is when you feel that manic energy and you have to expel it, write your music. And
Mm.
he was like, and then after you write your music, he was like, create an icon. He was like, create a fashion icon, some character to live into.
Mm.
I looked at him, I read that email. I'm like, a character, what? And 6 years ago, Queen of Shade.
Wow, I never knew that story.
Yeah, most people don't. Like most people don't know. Like, honey, I've been like, and it was so funny. Like, and the reason why I went that way is because I too, after I met him, we had done stuff, but his studio was in New Zealand. I wasn't flying to New Zealand. I had no money like that. So I had to go to other studios to like
Yeah.
put down other, like for my live shows and stuff like that. And it
Mhm.
was I was getting my first live show. If I remember the abbreviations of the organization, it was NAESM.
Okay.
It was something for gays, and they did something in New York every year. And I think they were from the DC area, but they hired
Mm.
me to come and sing because they had seen me on YouTube, and I needed to go in and kind of like make a track that kind of had my backings, my vocals and stuff in it. I didn't, like I didn't have that. I didn't have the stems. That's what it
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I needed to go into a studio, and my best friend was like, "Oh, I got a producer for you. Like, he'll help you." I don't want to say his name because but don't know where he is, but I know where I am. But like, he was really like, he was influential. He started to work with Aaliyah as a songwriter. He Music Soul Child slept on his sofa. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, before they were big sensations, like he was making headway in the industry, and he treated me so bad. We got into an argument because I'm not exactly the type of bitch that you can just talk to any old kind of way, especially when I'm paying you, and especially when I got the education that I've got. Like, what?
Listen,
What? I didn't
listen.
even have to hood him. He wanted to hood. I tore him up with my 50 cent. I'm like, what? So I ended up like not working with him, and it was days before the performance, and he knew that, and he was trying to sabotage me.
Yep.
So I ended up, it was so crazy because I ended up at that time, there was a lot going on. I had met my A&R. My A&R's name was Michael Taylor. He was with Sony. So
Okay.
like, they were looking at me, and he was thinking about developing me and stuff like that. So he sent me to my vocal coach, Deb Chamberlain, in South Jersey.
Okay.
And her husband was a producer. So
wow.
I was able to go in with her husband. Oh God, I gotta sneeze. Hold on.
Oh.
Allergies.
That was me all day yesterday.
Yeah, like I hate it. I'm just like, can we just take this nose and put it over there until I'm done?
Okay, like at the end of the day, like take our noses off.
Yeah, like so like no, I went over to him, and it was so crazy because I had the song from my buddy in New Zealand, but I had never recorded it. I was going to record it with that producer.
Okay.
But things are meant to happen.
Yeah.
Meant to happen.
Yeah.
I went in with my with my my vocal coach's producer, like her husband.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We can get into this. First of all, people don't understand. Like, it doesn't matter how well you sing.
Oh yeah.
If you go into a studio and sing into a $50 mic, you're gonna sound like $50. If you sing into a $5,000 mic, you're gonna sound like $5,000.
That's true.
And that's what I learned from him.
Yeah.
That don't just pay attention to going into these studios. Find out. You gotta
find out what mic they using.
You got a phone now. Google all that shit. What's this mic? What's And I went in and I recorded Black Stilettos in one take. I was manic.
Oh.
I was manic. Get this. I do that with a lot of my songs. A lot of my songs, because they're coming from inside of me.
Yeah.
I'm a one take person. Mm-hmm. I've been like usually in an hour, because I recorded so many with him, even Sadiddy Kitty, that I was doing 2 songs an hour.
Okay.
And that's what I would do, because then you got to go do the vocal backgrounds, the stuff that I wanted to add in, the little oohs and ahs. So it would take me an hour I would do 2 songs and I'm just knocking them out.
That's why I always start with the backgrounds, because that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what's so crazy? I'm a weirdo because like I have to hear the lead vocal to know what I'm doing in the background.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
wow.
I gotta hear the lead vocal because like the lead vocal lets me know.
Yeah. I mean, I do let some people lay a scratch vocal just for placement.
Yeah.
But I always like, okay, you know,
how does that process look? How does that like how do you so are you like that? You just piqued my interest. So like when they come in, well, you're producing the song, so you know the song as well, right?
No.
Okay, so tell me how you come up with vocals and they ain't come up with a lead yet. How do y'all come out with the background vocals and the oohs and the ahs and the thises and the that's before you even have? That's interesting to me.
Since I used to be a background singer.
Yep.
And when you mentioned music, I sung for him too.
Oh my God! Small world. Small world.
Your ear picks up on placements.
Okay.
Well, let me talk for me. My ear picks up on placements, and placements is key to me.
Yeah.
Because you can place something in the wrong section.
Yeah.
Fuck the whole song up.
Yep.
So when I meet with the artist and they, you know, I hear their song for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, if it's okay, I'll let it be.
Right.
Like with their arrangement.
Right.
But most cases I rearrange some things.
Right.
And once I teach them their new lead,
yeah,
I say, okay, study this new lead, or I do a scratch demo.
Yeah.
And they can listen to it over and over again while I come up with the arrangements. Wow. Yeah.
You know, that is so fascinating because like literally I build my song with the lead vocal first. Because, but you know what it is? Because my music is more of like pop.
Oh yeah.
It has its own genre, but like I had to create my own genre, mind you. But
okay.
Yeah, but like it's still kind of like pop. So I don't do 3-part harmony. You see, because I didn't want to give it that R&B.
Yeah.
And with my voice is not R&B. Though I sing that stuff.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I was on YouTube singing Whitney, Mariah, Deborah, everybody. I was singing Anita Baker, Music Soul Child. I tore his song up, child. Love, I was 3 octaves higher than he usually was. Okay, and I would wear that song out. People were like, oh my God, it was the craziest thing people used to say to me. There must be a woman in the room. He's lip syncing. That's not him. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then the albums come out and they're like, oh my God, it really was him. And it was the craziest thing because when I did my debut album in Atlanta with my producer, I told her name is Minnie on the boards, but
I like that.
Yes, but her name is Kara Tavers. That's her artist name. Okay. So I tell you, when I get emotional. This nose just but when I was with her, I remember dealing with that hurt of trying to do other producers and going in and not being confident. And before my first song, I cried at the mic for an hour.
In the studio?
Yep. Because of all that had been said to me about my voice and how I needed to place it and this is that and the other. And she taught me. She was like, bitch, what's coming out of you is what they're going to hear.
Yeah.
Not doing nothing to because she knew that it meant so much for me for people to hear it.
Oh yeah.
And that wow factor to be.
Yeah.
So literally I'm trying to think what song we did. We were driving and we heard some other artists and I was like, I like that whole, because I'm the soprano, so I like that whole kind of bottom bass kind of sound under.
Like you're a real soprano.
Yeah, I'm a mezzo, but I have, and that's so funny because somebody I had on who's an amazing singer himself. He was like, he teaches voice and everything. He was like, when I told him I was like, I'm a mezzo soprano, he was like, oh, that's just a fancy way of saying alto. I'm like, no. No, it's not. I'm like, no, my sister is an alto. I'm a soprano.
Yeah.
So like it just, but she worked with me and she helped me to rebuild my confidence. And I didn't realize how shattered it was dealing with heterosexual producers. That's where I was going, because they felt like I had producers say to me, oh, you're singing too high, you need to come down. Now, mind you, my A&R for Sony, I was singing low. And he said to me, I went into the bathroom just to use the lavatory.
Yeah.
And I was at the mic and I was frustrated because he was like, I'm not hearing what I need to hear from you.
Okay.
And I was frustrated. I'm like, can I excuse myself with the bathroom? And as I'm in there, I'm singing in my real voice. And when I came out, he was standing at the door. And he looked at me, Michael looked at me, he said, can you carry an entire song up there? I said, well, actually, that's actually where my voice is.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I can sleep up there. And it's like, okay. And right before we really got into production,
yeah,
his wife's album went #1 in Australia. And
wow.
he left to spearhead her career. And my thing is, it was supposed to be, because could you imagine me being at Sony? They wouldn't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
They would not have known what to do with me. All of this would not have happened. I'm like, no. And then I'd be upset, probably on drugs somewhere, mad about my failed
Not
career.
on drugs.
Yeah, it's like mad about, okay, not drugs, pill poppers or something.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to cope with
the
a broken dream. You know?
Yeah.
But it was so crazy. But yeah, but when I met Minnie, like, I just started open. And it was so crazy because I met Minnie before I met you.
Really?
I met Minnie days before I met you.
Oh, wow.
And did it. I had set up to come see you, and I was going to bring the girls, because for me, I had my situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring the girls, because literally she was playing beats for the girls, but Kenise was a rapper and Carol was like rock and roll.
Yeah.
So they were, so I'm like, all right. They're hearing her beats, and her beats for me were pop. So like, and this is the craziest thing though. And this is what I realized too, because you got to be about your career. When you hear something, I had the cash. So I'm like, while she's playing us, we're on 3-way, well, 4-way with her on, but we're on 3-way, and she playing beats, and I'm texting her, reserve that. Oh. Reserve that.
Yep.
Reserve that.
Yep.
I'll buy it now. Sending you the money now. Like, while she's playing them, I'm buying them. Because the girls were like, no. And I couldn't understand. Like, I couldn't understand. Even when we sat in your house, we heard that one beat. That one beat you played for Kenise. I still want that beat. I have to find out what it was. I remember. It was like Japanese. Like, it was like some old Harajuku kind of like, and it had big drums, and I'm like, and my thing is, I'm sitting there. I gotta tell their business. I love y'all. I love them both, but I'm sitting there looking at them, because I'm like, y'all not pulling the trigger on this, and both of you heifers. Yesterday I gave y'all $5,000 each. Oh. Yeah. Out my grandmommy's purse. My grandma was like, are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, we're going, we're going over here. We got to make sure they have money to buy these beats. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, everything you played was literally insane. And I'm just sitting there like, I was looking at them. But the thing is, I know my best friend Carol, she's like, you can never be too eager. You can never be too eager. Be cool if you hear something. Because me, when I hear something, I flip. Yeah. I flip. It moves everything in me. And then I start singing. Like that's me. But they was playing it cool. Kenise never came out with anything.
Are you serious?
Never.
Oh, wow.
Never. Carol did her first album, but she's still like, Carol's such a perfectionist.
Mhm.
And it's like rock and roll, like, you know, so she's such a perfectionist that she
She's
waits.
still working on
Yeah,
yeah.
she's still wait. And my thing is, it's worth the wait, even though it's been so many years.
Yeah.
It's worth the wait because she really, Carol, we're both Libras. Her and I are Libras.
Okay.
But I've learned, even though I take myself seriously in the booth, I've learned to kind of relax.
Yeah, you gotta you
Yeah.
I used to be the same way. I used to be so serious and stiff and but the best songs is when the artist is comfortable and relaxed. I'll be like telling my artists, like, play around with the song.
Yeah.
Let's do a verse where you sing it differently
Yeah.
than programmed it in your head.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's crazy too, because like truly, I had the best time recording my album. I had the best time. Kara made it
Wow.
so fun. Now, mind you, I went to Atlanta. I had never been to Atlanta before. Well, I think one time, but not out of the car.
Okay.
And then I went and sinuses. I caught an upper respiratory infection
Oh my gosh.
during the time. But we pros. I sang my whole album.
Thank you.
I right literally, and my thing was, because my vocal coach Deb is amazing. Like Deb, I learned how to sing around it.
Mm-hmm.
How to sing
Mm-hmm.
around it.
Oh, you got to know the cheat codes.
Yes, and that's the thing people don't understand about singing. Like, you think Beyonce's voice is in tip-top shape every time she come on stage? She knows how to place it.
Yep.
She knows how to place
She knows when to do this.
Yes, because
to let y'all sing.
Yes, the voice gets tired.
Oh yeah.
Know? And she's touring so many cities every year? Like,
yeah.
So, but I learned how to do that. And I remember, like, I saved my last song. My last song was the highest song. It was called Danger. And it was the hardest because I had to be in the rafters. And I was like, I was so scared I wasn't gonna be able to sing it. I'm like, I cannot go home without this song. This song is my, like the songs meant so much to me, but Danger was kind of my way of saying, I'm stepping into this music industry, but leave me alone. But I'm doing my own thing. So like the song I added, like, I'm poisonous, danger is my middle name, like like, and I made it, and that's what I love about artistry, because I made it sound like it was like a romantic attachment, but I was really saying it to the industry, like, I done found my own way, I done found my own sound, I done found my own voice, leave me the fuck alone. Song was, so I needed to have it when I left. And I was only supposed to be there because I told you I sing 2 songs an hour. So like, I was only supposed to be there for 2.5 weeks. I ended up being there a month because I had to give my voice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I stayed with my producer. Shout out to her because she let me stay with her. I stayed with her in her home and literally did not go out. We went a couple places. She took me to soul food joints and stuff like that. I wore a scarf and all that heat because it was like May. It was April and May. Yeah, it was all of April. And then I came home like in the beginning of May. Wow. And literally I got in there and it was so crazy, insane. And then to have made enemies in the industry already, I worked so hard. And there's another, they're not as active now, but they are an icon. So I'm not gonna say their name. Okay. They were very, very mean and malicious to me, and they have still been, over the years. They leaked my album.
How'd they get a hold of it?
Exactly. But this person works in the tabloids, so they do all the covert shit, and if they get caught, you can sue them for a lot of money. So that's what my lawyers, and so we're still working on it. It's just an ongoing process. Everything they do is just we just gather. We just gather. But I'm not too much worried about them anymore because I remember when I first started, I was unknown. I'm known now, so I can kind of like put my stamp on. Yeah, so, but it was so crazy because they leaked my album. I worked so hard on that album, and there was 24 songs on that album. They leaked 20 of them.
Are you serious?
Yup, they leaked 20 of them. And my lawyer, I call my lawyer, and he's amazing too, entertainment lawyer, Marcus DeBudio out of Fresno, California. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So he has me doing digital media copyright takedown notices
Okay.
for Google, Internet Explorer, all the search engines.
Yeah.
And the person was running it through Russia. We have no jurisdiction there. Yeah. So we're trying to contact the person who owns the site there to have it taken down. So what we did was Google kept taking it down, and then it would pop back up.
Oh, wow.
Pop back up. So listen, the one thing about me, I'm a shaman, but the one thing about me is don't make me angry.
Yeah.
Don't
Look.
make, because I'm a nice person. Don't make me angry. So what I did was I said, okay. I said, fine. I came in this room and I had 52 other songs to choose from that I had recorded.
That part.
So what I did was I threw the songs that they put out, I threw them on the deluxe. It was 24, and I added 26. My deluxe album came out with 50 songs on it. So the album became the promotion for the deluxe.
Wow.
So it was like, oh, if you want to hear more, 26 more cuts from me, you gotta buy the deluxe. So almost instantaneously, the initial album comes down. No longer available. Because I outwitted them. And in my career, I've always outwitted them. They
didn't have the upper hand anymore.
Yeah, they didn't. And my thing is, you can't play with a shaman. Don't fuck with a shaman. Like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Divine gives me inspiration. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like it was so crazy because when they made me mad, I released the deluxe and 2 other albums, like literally on Prince's birthday. Like I wasn't playing. Like I wasn't playing. But like now, I record so many songs now.
Okay.
Just like if this happens again, bitch, it's gonna be on you. And honestly, I haven't put another album out to drive curiosity. People keep asking me those songs. That album it streams in 56 countries right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, 56 countries. I mean,
that's such a blessing.
Yes, and the UK covered me. They did a whole expose on me, and they called me internet celebrity. I was like, oh my God. And that was and get this, that was back in 2017. That was 2017, 2018. So I'm like, they did an expose on my grandma, and they talked about, oh, she's the queen of shade, but she's not shady. She's uplifting, motivational. And, you know, like they talked, it was just so great. And it's continued to be. Wow. But I sit on the music because I'm going to make the public wait. Like I'm going to, you got to build interest. Like, and that's the thing, like with me being an independent artist and knowing that I'm going to stay indie, I build interest. So that's what I'm doing. I have the next album is crazy. Like the next album. And of course I have 50 songs on deck, ready. And I haven't recorded them all. So like I can still play with them, but like I have like, oh my God, I have so many. And then because I just got in a relationship with someone I've known for 20 years, I'll be laying in the bed and I hear all kinds of like love songs that I'm still going to stick to my genre and add over really crazy poppy beats. But I'm hearing all kinds of new stuff. And it's just like, wow. And but it's the same thing with my work. Like I don't run out of ideas.
Never.
No, the divine told me you are tapped into an infinite source, which means that you have an infinite number of possibilities. Yeah. That's why I never ran out of videos. I never ran out of things to say. There's always something to say. I could talk about love 500 different ways. Yeah. You know, so, and when I realized that, I stopped worrying, because that's what a lot of creatives do. They're afraid that they're not gonna, be able to keep up with the demand.
Yeah. And a lot of creatives are trying to keep up with the sound of the times,
and that's so bad,
and not make music that's authentic to them, you know what I mean?
That's so
and
bad.
That's the first thing I tell an artist: be true to you. Because your listener is going to listen to it, and you can't hide authenticity, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, be you. Like if I want to hear trap music all day, I can put on trap music, If I want any genre of music that I want to hear, I can listen to.
Yeah.
I was like, create your own lane.
Yes.
Create a new sound, you know? So.
And it's so crazy because like I have this thing, all of my producers always told me, you sound like you're auto-tuned. You sound like
Mm.
you're auto-tuned. And that's actually my voice. I'm very, like, my voice is very
Yeah,
precise
yeah,
and
yeah,
crystal clear.
yeah,
So like that was kind of like my persona. Like in the
yeah.
booth, I would call myself crystal clear. And
Wow.
yeah, I got a lot going on. We talking music today. We talking
Okay.
music today. So yeah, like that was the persona when I would go in there, crystal clear, and she would do what she
Wow.
needed to do. Yeah, and
And
I
what I love about you, what I love about your tone is your diction.
yeah,
Like you was
yeah, articulation. You
so
got to
many,
say.
so many
You
artists
know where I got that from?
don't know about articulation.
You know where I got that from? Whitney.
Where?
Whitney.
Mm,
Whitney.
yeah, yeah,
Whitney. You would hear every T.
yeah.
You would hear every
Every
S.
S.
You
Yeah,
would hear every P.
yeah,
You would hear every D.
yeah,
She did not play.
yeah,
She wanted, because she wanted to be understood. That was her
yeah.
thing.
Exactly.
So like she made sure she articulated
Hmm.
that. And that's even when I speak, when I do the videos, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So like you can hit like articulation.
yeah.
That is so, it is so important to music. Now, yes, we have a legendary diva who gets away with not being so articulate, Miss Toni Braxton. But what I
Look,
like that she did is that became a brand.
exactly.
That became a
No one,
brand.
no one was doing non-diction.
Right. Right. And that was smart of her.
Yeah.
That was smart of her and her team. Because I remember when I started watching the Braxton Family Values, and she was like, nobody really knows all the words to these songs. Nobody knows what I'm saying. You know, she said it out of her own mouth. And I'm like, you're right. But if you listen, if you keep listening,
Oh yeah.
you feel more than you know.
Yeah.
Like you know her emotion. That's what she is.
Tony's music is emotion.
Yeah.
Anita,
that's
emotion.
Do you know Toni Braxton recently said that the reason why she has her career is because
of Anita Baker.
Yup, all the songs that Babyface wrote for Anita.
It was supposed to go on the soundtrack.
Yeah, get it? Anita was pregnant.
Oh.
And said, give them to that girl, Toni Braxton.
Yeah, I didn't know she was pregnant at the time.
No, she was pregnant and on bed rest. Toni Braxton told that in a live performance and was like, true story, Anita Baker helped me secure my career.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah. But you know, you never know like where your blessings are going to come from.
Oh, you know.
You know, and that's another thing. Music is so universal. Everybody is musical today. But you're right. Everybody wants to give me that Kehlani beat. Give me this.
Yeah. Give me that certain sound.
Yeah. And it's like, no.
Give me you.
Like I remember when I started writing, my confidence jumped in a day because I had never written a song before. So I wrote one little song and it was called Magic. And the beat was really cool. I like the beat. I still want to, I snatched it down because I want to build the beat out. Like I want to build it.
Okay.
I'm into that. Like I want to build beats.
Yeah.
You know, so turn around and I went from that just kind of, you know, like a firecracker, you came into my life, you know, just something cute.
Yeah.
To a chick that's bad, a chick that's cool, a chick that gets her way. None of the above have ever quite been put this way. I'm bringing to you something new. I'm bringing something hot. A black stiletto seals the deal to show you what I've got. Like, and literally, my producer at that time in New Zealand was like, "Did you like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "But this is like yesterday you wrote Magic." It was very, like playful. Now you like cutting bitches. Like, yeah. I grew up overnight.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, I grew up overnight once the confidence came.
Wow.
So crazy. So anyway, we've talked about this. Tell them, because I already know the answer to this. What genres do you produce for? I do this to all producers because I love what you guys say.
I produce pop, R&B, hip hop, gospel.
Yep.
I've dove into country.
Yep.
So yeah, I produce anything you need. We're gonna work it out.
If we tell them that you out in New Jersey, we better tell them that so they can find you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put all your stuff in the bottom. Don't worry about that. But yeah, like let them
and
know.
I'm up for an award this month on the 19th. I was nominated for top music producer.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you.
What an honor. And it's so well deserved.
Oh,
Because
thank you.
you've been producing for a long time. Did you do okay? Because I don't think this guy is the same guy. Your fiance is the same guy. Do you remember the song FedEx? One of your
I produced that too.
That song was everything. Is everything. Like Monday was his name.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Monday?
Yeah, that's my ex.
Okay, so yeah, it's not the fiance now. But that's okay. Things happen.
No, yeah.
But literally, his name was Monday. He went by Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday music.
Monday music, but that FedEx song.
Yeah. I don't know if he ever released his project or the songs that he had. Yeah. Once we broke up.
Yeah, because I was going to say, once you have a boyfriend that's a producer and then you don't have that anymore and you got to come out of pocket and you're not just running down stairs at night like
well, he's tried to work with other producers, but once you have a connection with a producer and they give you that sound that you like love,
it's hard to find it again.
Yeah. So
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Since then he's asked to work with me, but I'm pretty on it.
Oh, well, shout out to Monday Music. We love you because
yes,
you and your dread.
You got him out.
Oh my God. But yeah, so you're gonna win an award. I'm just saying it. You're gonna win an award.
That's what I keep speaking into my life,
award. So do you travel and produce or
yeah. I travel all the time.
Exactly. Tell me about this because I didn't talk to you in a long time.
Well, my fiance was the one that told me, like, you're too stationary.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
People fly in and out to see you,
right?
But you need to be able to, go to other places. So, he brought me a laptop,
right?
And a like little keyboard that I can travel with,
right?
So
it must be a MacBook.
Yeah,
because MacBooks are the best for music.
Yeah. Slim.
Yeah.
Let's put it.
Can't hack them.
Yeah.
Hack them.
Mm-hmm. So once we did that, I started traveling everywhere to produce people.
Really?
So, yeah, I could come to your house.
Oh my God!
Yeah. we can make your next track.
What? Are you serious? That's something that you don't hear a lot of producers doing like that. So like when you go, so say you tell people, okay, I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be in LA for, 2 weeks. Do you set up, do you go to their house? Because this is the thing. The reason why I asked this is because my producer had a studio in Atlanta, but I was so fearful because we were in Marietta. So my thing was, I was so fearful of ruining the sound that I did have because of the upper respiratory infection. I didn't want to travel. So we recorded my whole album in her bedroom. I stood at the foot of her bed and sang. She had all the equipment, everything, turned off the AC, like here, turned off the AC, and I sang all my songs in her bedroom.
Like, I'm in my bedroom now.
Yeah, and so am I. Right, look at you showing us. Okay, okay. Wow, look at the amps. Look. Wow, insane. Look. Listen, equipment. I love it too because what I have to have, even in my homes, as I continue to matriculate. I have studios. Because I like this phone, my phone, I have 2 phones. They are full of ideas.
Yeah.
I sing into the voice recorder all day. And then I have to talk to myself so I don't lose something.
I'm the same way. I'll be TMI. I'll be on the toilet.
Yeah.
Just singing. Like I'm like, what? I realize I'm on the toilet once my legs get numb. I'm like,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. People don't realize music. When you have the gift of music, it takes you places.
Yeah.
Like spiritually, it takes you places
Yeah.
in the whole human spectrum and psyche of what human
Music
is.
heals.
It does.
Music heals.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It like, well, you know, like it has the same responses, or it elicits the same responses as sex, drugs,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that dopamine release.
Mm-hmm.
You pour a lot of dopamine into your music.
And I was looking at uh the story of Tony Bennett.
Okay, yeah, I love Tony Bennett.
Yeah. And he has Alzheimer's now.
Yeah,
But when they play his music,
he sings. Yeah, he comes right back. Wow.
and I was like, that's so powerful that
It is.
you can
It allows
not,
him to be present in that moment with the music because it's the music of his heart and
yeah,
soul and
yeah,
life. Wow, I didn't know Tony had Alzheimer's.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. I
yeah,
remember Gaga worked with him, and that was
yeah.
a beautiful.
And he was suffering that then.
Wow.
But once that music came on, baby, it was like, was you playing with us? Like,
Yeah, he said, "Was you playing with us?"
you're not missing the lyric. You're not missing it. You know,
Yeah.
that comes from, like you said, the heart, like genuinely writing from your heart. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And not trying to follow a fad.
Yeah. And that's why Tony Bennett is the great
Yeah.
Tony Bennett,
Yeah.
because he didn't follow a fad, he created it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I write so much that I forget the lyrics to my songs.
Yeah.
I gotta be like, I gotta be like Patti LaBelle. I gotta have a jumbotron. I gotta have a jumbotron. I
got background singers.
Yes, you remember that? She was going off. She was going off. Like, woo! This is not
She was like, I don't know what.
She's like, y'all got me out here.
That's one of my favorite Patti performances.
The epitome of losing your shit.
Okay. On stage and not giving a fuck. Like,
yes.
She was like, next car, honey, next car.
Yo, Miss Patti don't play no game. Listen, Miss Patti's a diva. Miss Patti don't play no games.
Okay.
No, Miss Patti don't. She travels with someone who I adore, and I've had the pleasure of getting to know B. Slade. She travels with him. He's such a first of all, he's gorgeous, and it's just like I love his voice, and I love he's a prodigy. So,
and he can sing any octave.
Yeah, he's that man.
One of my close friends, Rodney John, who does makeup for Sherry Shepherd now.
Yeah.
And
Shout
B. Slade.
Yeah.
B. Slade. He's good friends with him, and B. Slade produced the track for my friend, and he let me hear that, and I was like, oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. Slade is no Slade is no joke. B. Slade is no joke. And get it. I can say this. I always thank him every time I talk to him. When I first started to make music and I put it out, he slid into my DM and he said, "You are music royalty. Don't do it the way that they have done it. You're going to create your own lane, your own genre." And he told me, he said, "You're going to have so much success in this business." And he told me, "Prepare to live overseas. Make sure you have all your passports and everything. Make sure you have it all in order because it's going to come for you." And I just was like, I was so grateful that he said that. I thank him every time.
That's the word.
Because he spoke hope into me. It invigorated my spirit. So it just was so amazing. It's so crazy how this music world just gets smaller.
So small. It seems like it's getting larger, but it's so small.
No, and it's so crazy because you're in this position as well. Like if the gays don't have a track from you, a project from you, people looking at them like, listen, I'm gonna make my way. I told my producer, I said, look, I ain't cheating on you, but this is long overdue.
I just need one track with you.
Right? And get it. I'm gonna sing it the way you want me to sing it. I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing it the way you want me to sing it because
Really?
I've gotten better and I've gotten more comfortable with collaborations.
Okay.
My issue was that in the beginning, because when you collaborate, people be falling out and then hating each other after the record comes out. And then it's like, now y'all in court fighting over who did this and shit like that. I didn't want to go through that, but this is a collaboration. We both own this, so you know, like I'm putting my toe in the water of collaboration so that I can understand. Like,
I'm gonna make you a sickening track.
Please do, but like it's just, you know, and I would love to do that. Like I would love to do that. Like I would really love to do that because, like you said, you've touched everyone.
Not literally.
Not literally. Shout out to your fiance. But no, but even with all that we're just speaking about, just to surmise it, I'm so glad that music is what brought us together.
Yeah.
Music brought us together.
Many years ago.
Many years ago.
I feel like we're the pioneers of the game.
Back then I was like, I'm gonna be the queen of the gays. I'm gonna be the queen of the gays. Like that was my idea. Like it was.
But I love when people come to the studio, you know, that are gay, straight, you know, and be like, you created a comfortable experience for me.
Yes.
You know, like I felt totally free to do whatever in the studio, sing different ways because you created the environment, you know? So that's what I love doing.
Yeah, because, you know, it's kind of like, this is weird too. It's kind of like an animal, like when you say a cow or a pig or a chicken, you know, there are humane ways to dispatch them so that we can eat them. So they say this, it's true. If the animal is stressed before you kill it, stress is in the meat. You'll
digest that stress.
Yes, and it's in there. So it's so important that you have an environment where you can actually be a creative. And I'm gonna say this: a lot of artists, they, you know, they're securing these producers, these top producers such as yourself, and a lot of the other producers don't leave room for the artist. It's like you're a voice, like that. This is my production.
Now, I used to be, when I first started out making tracks, I used to throw everything in the track. Like,
wow,
there was no room for the artists to breathe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, like that's another part. And if you want to add layers, you can do it in post-production, you know what I mean? With the consent, you know, of artists. I like to do post-production with the artists. So when I'm mixing, they can be right there, you know, turn this up, you know. I know how to mix, but some people like their mixes a certain way. You know, and I'm not about to be sending you 5, 6 drop box spot.
Listen, it's expensive. Then you're kinder than most, because for every single mix you got to pay.
Look,
even my producer's that way, and I don't mind. I have something remixed, I got to pay her. Because like that's the thing, like, and
that's the job.
I say to people, like, some people are like, oh well, you know, I'm trying to build relationships, and I said, I don't know a relationship that has ever been built faster than paying somebody what they ask for and getting the work best caliber. Like, y'all know automatically y'all got all of the uncomfortable stuff out of the way. Like, okay, you're paid before and that's my thing. Like, even with my producer, she was paid before I even got to Atlanta. Like, I don't play games.
That's how you do it.
I don't play no games, because I too want to go into the studio and have nothing to think about the music. So
that's why I stopped hourly rates for a long while, because the artists would be more focused on not going over their time, not like really honing in on their craft. So I was like, okay, I'm doing away with hourly.
Yeah.
It's a flat rate, and
Oh,
we're gonna be in here. You know?
oh, did you know that's so giving?
Yeah.
That's so giving because literally, even I pay my producer hourly, but I never go over my time, like ever.
Yeah.
Because like, and that's the thing, the
But
more you
you're
do
a
it,
professional. You know what you're doing.
yeah, the more you do it. So I remember there was so much money left over. And I was like, and she was like, do you want me to refund you? I'm like, sweetie, you got to pay your bills and you got to eat.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
was nice of
I'm like,
you.
but this is what she did. She said, okay, what I'll do is,
Put it to your next project.
yeah, no. She sent me 10 beats that she made. Yep. She sent me 10
See?
on. And oh my God, when I heard them, I was like, ah! Like it was fucking Christmas. It was fucking
Mm,
Christmas. I was just, yeah, she sent me 10 beats. That's how much time I had left over.
mm,
10 beats. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
You must, like, that's what you have to do when you go
Because I
into
like to go in
the
the studio. I don't like a lot of
yeah,
people in the studio with me. I like to be in the studio with my producer
yeah,
and me. Like
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Like that's it. That's
And
uh,
and you know, I respect each artist
yeah.
and enough to be like, if you're bringing, you know, if you want somebody in the studio with you, that's cool. If you're bringing them, that's cool. But I'm not going to have anybody in the studio, you know, because I'm respecting the person's time, their space, their culture.
That's another thing too, because a lot of producers like, they always say, oh, it got leaked, it got leaked, it got leaked. No, your producer played it for somebody. Okay, like
Yeah.
played it for somebody. Oh my God, my allergies. No, we're almost done. It's good. No, but like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze behind this.
Get it out. Release it.
I'm like, well, Big Frida, release your stress. Release. Shout out to Big Frida.
Yes.
So, but it has been just so amazing to just sit and talk with you.
Yeah, it's been so long since
It's been long. It's been a long
yeah.
time since we really just sat and had a conversation.
We text all the time.
Yeah, but it feels like we didn't lose any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be 40 in September.
You're lying.
I'll be 40, September 29th, 1982. I'll be 40.
Wow. Look, you know, it's my birthday the other day and I just turned 38.
Yes, happy belated birthday. Yeah. My God. Matt, and you know what I love about music is the older you get, the better you get. The better you get. It's not really
because you know more.
Yeah, you got to grow into it. You got to grow into it. I know exactly how to place my voice. I know what works for me.
Yeah.
Exactly. She tell me that all the time. She said, baby, you ain't got to scream into that mic.
Look,
she would tell me all the time, you ain't got to scream into that mic. Whisper into that microphone.
Yeah.
Every single note needs to be heard. And that's how she handled me. And I just,
wow.
Child, and then she put the reverb on it. And it's just
okay.
bouncing off the walls. Yes, bouncing off the walls. I'm like, and it's so crazy because like I do, like for TikTok, I sang Saving All My Love for You by Whitney Houston, and I sang it an octave higher. It's
that
just
song is already high.
Yes, and I sang it an octave higher. Yeah. He said,
yeah, that song starts in this key.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was hired. Yeah, I was hired. It's on my TikTok, and everybody's like, yeah. And it's just, and you know what it is too. I find that I sing best when I'm happy, like when I have an emotional response, like an emotional response. Child, I did get this. This song, I gotta send it to you. Is it on the album that's out? Let me just check real quick.
Okay.
I think so. I hope so. It's called Broken Condom. I named it that on purpose. Yeah, I named it that on purpose. You got to hear that song. One take. It was done in one take. It's 9 minutes long.
I love the title.
But get it. It's so deep.
Okay.
When I tell you, it's about a situation where a young person contracts HIV.
Okay.
And like the person didn't tell them, and it's like,
oh wow.
Yeah, literally,
like in the song, I'm saying you destroyed my life. Like and me, I've never had that happen, but it was a fear. It was a fear. I had an uncle from the time I was really, really young, always tell me, oh, you're gay, you're going to contract HIV and die.
Mm.
It really bothered me. Yeah, it's on there. It's number 42 on my number 42 or 50. But like what it traumatized me.
Yeah.
And I almost missed out on my boyfriend. Because my boyfriend's HIV positive.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my boyfriend's HIV positive. I'm HIV negative. And 20 years ago when I met him, we didn't have science and PrEP and all of these things. And now we have PrEP and all that stuff. And I'm like, I love this man. I'm like, are you kidding? Yeah. And we're very vocal about it.
That man.
Yeah, I love you. You know I love him in time.
Because I've never seen you with anybody.
Nobody. I've never had a boyfriend. He's my first. I had sex. Oh yes, I had sex.
Oh, I know that.
Right? So I know that. I'm vocal about that. Yeah, I'm vocal about that. But no, I never had one. Never, ever before. And on the eve of my 40th birthday, I have my boyfriend. And I already know I'm gonna marry him. We're already talking. We've known each other 20 years. And I love what Wendy Williams says. When you get to be a particular age or a person of a certain age, you know what
you know exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Don't like.
Like people were like so shocked about us because we're polyamorous.
Okay.
So they were like so many people were, why y'all gotta be polyamorous? Because we both were before we got together.
Yeah.
And we're going to be, and he's so funny because I don't want to know what he does. He wants to know everything I do. He's like, I want to know everything
that you do. That would be
right,
me.
but get this. I don't want nobody else.
Tell me every experience.
He like, no, I told him, I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But the thing is, what I see is that he don't want nobody else. And that's I don't want nobody else.
I love that. Like,
he don't want
when you have that connection, like
20 years. And he was my spiritual advisor for 20 years. Like I would talk to him about everything in my life, every up, down, homelessness, helplessness, all of it. When in 2018, I was down there in Atlanta. Nene Leakes tried to steal my trademark. I call him. Yeah, she tried to steal my trademark and go on tour. Her comedy tour was called The Queen of Shade. And my lawyer had to issue the cease and desist. Greg, rest in peace, he signed for it. And then she changed the name of that tour from the Queen of Shade tour to Shit Talkers. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I ain't play. That's my shit. Then Disney and Marvel tried to come behind her and do it. Walt Disney and Marvel Comics, because Disney owns Marvel. Yep. Yeah. They tried it too, child. And they got shut down. And the funny thing was, my lawyer said to me, he was like, you may not have gotten millions of dollars from them because I stay on top of my stuff. I don't let them come out with it and like sue. I stop them before it even comes out. Stop publication, stop production, bitch, you not coming. So, and he said to me, he was like, you may not have gotten millions of dollars from them, but your millions are on the way. He was like, he said, because they could have buried you in litigation for 30 years fighting over something that was yours. Fighting over something that was yours, but nope, they back right off of it. Oh, we're sorry. No problem. Wow. Yeah. And it has been, I've been the reigning queen, and listen, I own that trademark, lock, stock, and barrel. My name, Bjorn Dufault is a trademark. Kylie's a trademark for my modeling agency. Dufault by itself is a trademark. And the Queen of Shade, I have 4 trademarks.
You better.
Yeah, I don't play.
better.
I'm a brand, and I act that way.
Yeah.
I act that way.
You have to.
Yeah, I act that way.
To.
And now I'm making my way into Hollywood circles and interviewing people on TV and stuff. So yeah, I'm making my way. And I'm not even interested in Hollywood. They're coming to me. They're coming to me. Queen of Shade. Let's do this.
You have that gift.
It is a gift. That you said it right. It's a gift.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
You have that gift.
Yeah.
People will flock to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I was 14, I remember, and I tell my aunt all the time, my aunt Nicole, she sat me down in her house and said, nephew, I want to talk to you. I was like, okay. She was like, people are not going to be attracted to you necessarily.
Right.
But they're going to be attracted to your anointing.
Yep.
And you got to watch who you keep in your circle. And I was like, I was 14 at the time, so I didn't really understand it.
Right.
But I thank her every time I see her
Yep.
now because I knew how to move in a room full of vultures. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So
No,
yeah.
I'm the same way. I guard my energy so much. Like I don't go out. I went out today. I had to get mango from the store. I go to the store. I go to the doctor's, but I don't.
How is she?
She's doing so good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, she's doing so good. She woke me up when I got up this morning because we were going to Walmart to get the I had to get allergy medicine. It was so funny.
Okay.
But she said to me, she woke me up. She says, "I'm godly jealous of you." And I just stood there and she said, "You finally found somebody you love and they love you." And she said, "I was not able to do that in my 75 years on this planet." So, I had to make her feel good. I said, "Yes, you did." And I pointed to the cat. I said, "She loves you." She's like, nah, I ain't talking about like that, but some things happen. I say some things don't happen at once, they happen at last.
Yeah.
And she looks young. She look young. I tell her all the time.
She looks incredible.
Yeah, she does. So I tell her all the time, we can go on a plant-based diet anyway, because it's just
the
body.
Yeah, I need to detox.
Yeah. And me, my thyroid is underactive, and that's hereditary. Like my grandmother and all of them had it. So if your thyroid is underactive, you gain a lot of weight.
Oh wow.
But my doctor, he was like, "Oh no," because he knows exactly what I do. He's like, "Oh no." So he gave me medicine to boost my metabolism. And I just see my body is right where it should be, So I'm just like, oh yeah, but
oh wow. That's the thing. I didn't even know you can take something to boost your metabolism.
Yes, and it's for your thyroid. I forget what it starts with an L. It starts with an L, but yeah.
Okay.
It boosts your metabolism because my thyroid is underactive. So yeah, I'm finding out about things and I'm like, okay, so getting older.
Look, but it's such a blessing to get older.
I couldn't wait.
So many of our peers didn't make it.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. I didn't want to be young. I wanted to look young, but I didn't. I didn't want to be young. People take advantage of you,
Okay.
I love when I walk in a room and I look at somebody and they go, "Ooh, don't try her." Because she knows, like she knows, like don't mess with her.
Yeah.
Now we don't try and con her.
Yeah. I love it.
I loved talking to you.
I love catching up with you as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's such a blessing to still see you thriving. Love life,
So before we go, tell us more about this project that you're working on that's going to be your actual project.
So the project
what you can say, because you produce
the project that I'm working on, I wasn't sure at first if I wanted to do an all instrumental project, or I wanted to write and produce the songs and let other people sing them.
Okay.
Or I wanted to do an album by myself.
Okay.
So I realized I'm gonna do a combination of all three.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why have one when you can have all three?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be on most of the tracks, but some of the tracks are just dance tracks.
Nice.
You can put on and just get your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really the voice needed. So
that's good, because I knew that even with the pains that I have experienced, my whole genre was taking very painful memories and putting them to dance over it. So that's very important. People love to dance. We got to remind people, especially with all that's going on in the world, we have to remind people that good times are still to be had. Because right now we don't know what the hell is going on with our world.
We don't know.
No,
from day to day, hour to hour.
We don't know. So tell everybody, wait, before I say that, does your fiance sing?
Yes, he does.
I knew you have to get somebody musically inclined, because I'm
really, I was looking for nobody musical. Like after my experience, that's what I call exes.
Yes.
I didn't want to deal with anybody for that matter. But I really didn't want to deal with another musician.
Yeah.
Because we're crazy.
Yeah, we are. I'm like, yeah.
We are insane.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I just went through this 5 years ago. I don't know if I can deal with another personality.
Yeah.
You know, because we have two personalities. We have our artist, producer, and then we take that hat off, and then it's, you know.
I got about 6 bitches up under here.
You know, so I was like, I don't know if I will be able to manage on my off time.
Yeah.
And, you know, but he had his own producer already.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you got your own.
Boundaries.
He had his own everything.
Boundaries.
So yeah. So it worked out, and it's such a blessing to be with him.
You guys have a date yet? Do you guys have a date set?
No, we don't have a date. We have the location.
Okay.
But we haven't decided on a date.
Okay. Well,
so
I'm so excited I'll be looking out for the advertisement and the marketing, because, you know, we have to market all of these things.
Oh.
It helps. The world loves
ourselves.
Yeah, the world loves love. So tell everybody give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
One, I have tattooed on my arm. The word is endure.
Endure. Okay.
Yeah. Because in this life, you're going to have to endure a lot.
Yeah. But
you got to be strong enough and, you know, courageous enough to get back up, you know, on your feet. I would say faithful.
Yeah.
Because I've been faithful to this industry for many, many years.
Yeah.
And strong.
Yeah. Strong was one of mine yesterday. My boyfriend asked me. Strong was mine.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find you now, social media, et cetera, et cetera.
My social media platforms are on IG. I'm so insane.
Yeah.
The letter I, the letter M.
Yeah.
So insane.
Yeah.
Facebook is my regular name, Phil Kayson. I don't even know if I ever said that.
It's okay.
Many people don't know my real name.
I
They
do.
just call me insane.
Yeah.
Philip Kayson on Facebook.
Please tell me you have a TikTok. Please tell me you have a TikTok. Get a TikTok. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
And every time I be like, I see a TikTok, I'll be like, oh, okay, I need to create one. But okay, I'm gonna create it this week.
You got
I created a TikTok before, but I didn't like, it was so foreign to me. I was like, oh no. Delete. I was like, I got enough shit I gotta keep up with. But now I have balance in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna create a TikTok.
I created mine a couple of years ago. I had 57 likes 3 months ago. Then I just started going ham, and now I have 55,000 likes. Like, I'm just blazing up the trail. Like, I just and I give them a whole show. I give them a whole show. Lots of inspiration, lots of words of encouragement. Lots of stuff.
Wonderful.
All right.
So
it was.
I'm gonna get on it this week.
Yes. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of top producer. We're going to add that in there. Top producer extraordinaire. Insane. Say bye, but don't go nowhere.
Okay.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Gonna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing down. I'll have you wanting my stilettos by the time I turn around. Turn that TV down.